Hello and welcome to Heavenly Album Covers. We are very near the 800 episode mark here at Heavenly Album Covers, so we are just going to barrel through a couple of basic classic episodes here, and we're going to start with a album called Honky Tonk Piano, and it's by Eddie PIANOLA Barnes. I assume this is Eddie PIANOLA Barnes, and he's playing some honky tonk piano, which I'm not sure what honky tonk piano is, but I will be listening to this album very soon and find out. He's got a beer. He's working on a glass of beer right here. This woman, for some reason, is draped backwards over the upright piano, and she is laughing in his face, or else maybe she is just making fun of the whole album cover scene here. She's wearing kind of a flapper outfit, and she has a long piano, not a piano holder, a cigarette holder that cascades into the lettering up here. This lettering at the top is very handsome. This looks very much hand done by hand, and it's really effective, really tells you what's happening with this album. And the subtext here is a study in high fidelity sound. Of course, high fidelity sound means nothing, and this is on Audio Fidelity Records. This gentleman in the back, he's the waiter. He's perfectly posed here right behind Eddie PIANOLA Barnes. He's kind of giving a backward glance at the woman who is falling off the top of the piano. This gentleman has a really big gay 90s mustache and a strange flat haircut. Maybe he has a flat head. And he's got his beer here. It's really balanced well. You can see it's balanced on his fingertips. And Eddie Barnes here has some atrociously huge sideburns. He's not really looking at the woman here. He kind of looks dazed or confused, and he's wearing a kind of an ugly vest thing. It looks like he's chopped off the arms of some sort of weird jacket. He has these elbow protectors and really huge buttons, those cufflink things, and he's got a bandana that's stuffed into his pocket. He's also wearing brown corduroy trousers. The piano itself is painted kind of a pleasant blue, and the background is pink. Everything's tied together. I'm not sure how they accomplished this photo here, because it's so perfect. They look like they are mannequins or statues. It's possible that they took hundreds of photos just to get this one perfect shot. And this was at a time when Photoshop was but a distant dream. Let's see what's happening on the back. This has some goodies in it too that are kind of fun. And there's not much on the back. There's a little biography of Eddie Barnes, which I'm not too interested in at this point, but there's some technical data about how the record was made. It has some track titles here, nothing I really recognize. And this actual vinyl album came with like a brochure. It's a fully illustrated brochure of other Audio Fidelity products, and this is on Audio Fidelity Records. This little mini advertising poster is just great. It's got pink and black and white color choices here. Just some amazing things. And again, back in the 1950s, the fact that something was recorded in high fidelity or stereo was a new thing. No one really knew what stereophonic sound was in the early 50s, at least late 40s. Here's a guy named Molto Italiano. Actually, his name is Johnny Palejo and his harmonica gang. And there's various albums here. And there's also a price list. This is almost like a cornucopia of information. Audio Fidelity just put out thousands of records. It's a nice handout. And the record itself is on a beautiful gold label, gold and black. And it comes in this magnificent printed, heavy plastic inner sleeve, protective sleeve. It's just amazing. I have one or two other Audio Fidelity records with this in it, and that's one of the reasons I picked this album up, because it's the sleeve here is spectacular. And so that's what's the name of the album? Eddie Pianola Barnes, Honky Tonk Piano. In order to further our cultural heritage, I wanted to share this book. It's called Blurred Visions, and it's by a fellow named Jim Myers. I've been unable to find anything about Jim Myers. He's I would call him a folk comic artist, or a primitive folk comic artist. His cartoons are very direct and almost childlike, and they're relentless in their variety. And there's nothing much in the way of a biography on this book. I bought it a long time ago, and I bring it out once in a while just because it's so good. It's actually signed by Jim Myers in 2002, and I'll just show a couple of these by random here. I haven't marked anything. And this one says, "That's your last warning, young man. I said sit still." And the caption is Beethoven's Fifth Movement. Really dumb stuff, really funny dumb stuff. And what is this one? "You're wrong, as usual." Ralph and Larry didn't see eye to eye on anything. And I think that's funny because their eyes are a little bit quirky. But anyway, that's Blurred Visions. If anybody can find out anything about Jim Myers, I would like to shake his hand or hands. I'm going to show one half of this stack of this often controversial magazine. It's called Sexty. And in the next episode of Heavenly Album Covers, I will show the other half of this big stack. Let me hold it up. A bunch of them. I found these sprawled on the ground at a swap meet about 3 years ago. People were stepping on them, and they were just in danger of being lost forever. They were considered like refuse or trash, and I bought a bunch of them really cheap. And they're most notable. This Sexty publication is known for their psychedelic covers. They're just incredible. These all came out in the early to mid 1960s, and they're full of just kind of R-rated silly cartoons and limericks, jokes, just thousands of jokes per issue, and they just go on. And I don't even really look at the jokes, really. I just like the covers. So the next one is another one. It's got all these like Batman slogans here. "Sock it to me, wham, sock." Sometimes the magazine came out under different names. They did limerick specials or all joke specials. This one's just this swirly green on white or green on yellow. Here's some, I'm not sure what these are supposed to be, but this issue is called Laugh Potion number 9, and it's got the same kind of naughty bachelor humor, I would call it, and some really good cartoons by people like, I think Bill Ward was his name. Other very well-known gentleman's magazine cartoonists. And here's a bunch of eyes. And this is called the Peekaboo issue. Really good condition. And these are not that rare or expensive or worth much. If you go on eBay, you can find hundreds of sellers selling these things, and so they're pretty easy to find. Also, Taschen, the book publisher, did a little overview, a book. Actually, it was a big volume of information about peekaboo. That's on Taschen, T-A-S-C-H-E-N publications. So that's an issue, that's a episode. This is a segment, another segment of Heavenly album covers. And I finally got the VHS VCR TV hooked up, and I'm going to start just playing videos in the background. Tonight we have Richard Pryor on Bourbon Street live, I think probably around 1977. I can't see the date, but here he is there. The late, great Richard Pryor, really great comedian. He was more of just a really good person who could talk very well. And so